Can you see what I see? Can you see what all these designer handbags have in common? We have Fendi, Louis Vuitton, Gucci. These are all current season handbags. Yes, you guessed it right. They all have an ugly arrangement of external pockets on their designs. Some have too many external pockets. Some have too bulky external pockets. This trend has come back around again. Hey everyone, it's your girl Lady Vintage Bags, your vintage designer handbag obsessed Aussie. And today we're talking about this trend of ugly external pockets coming back around on handbags. Even for me, someone who loves functionality, someone who will always choose function over form, even for me, some of these designs are just a little too ugly. And I know everyone has a different opinion. Everyone has different tastes. Some people think my vintage handbags are ugly, hideous, old looking and tatty. But you know what? It's different strokes for different folks. So some of you may love the handbags I'm about to show, and some of you might be just like me. I think, not for me. It's a little bit on the ugly side. I mean, look at this one from Fendi. My personal opinion is this one has so many pockets and so many clasps. This one even looks like a caricature of a loud luxury handbag, even though it actually is a loud luxury handbag. It is just so overdone. Okay, so apparently the rule of thumb for trends is that it takes about 20 years for a trend to cycle back around. So if we go about 20 years back from now, that'll take us back to the early 2000s, which personally for me is an era that I loved the fashion of. It's an era in which I grew up with that fashion. That and the 90s, my cup of tea. So let's take a look at what the fashion houses were putting out around that time. So starting with my favorite brand, LV. So the Viva Cite collection, look, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. So VIVA space CITE. So this collection had the PM bag, the MM, the GM, and the multiple Cite. Now the PM, not so obvious that it has a big bulky external pocket, but the MM, GM, and the multiple one, you can see there are prominent external pockets. And if we look at some of the denim bags, which have become a big hit again recently, but look at this denim baggy. There is big, prominent, bulky external pockets on the outside. So it's definitely been a feature of LV bags of that time. Actually, around the early 2000s, flip phones were a thing. So at that time, a lot of bags were coming out with dedicated flip phone pockets. So usually the pockets were on the inside of the bag. So for example, this is my Boîte PM handbag. So this is from 2012, so not quite the early 2000s, but still, you know, from that era. And this one does have that dedicated flip phone pocket. So if I open up my bag, you can see that old school pocket there. So I can see why putting all these little pockets on the outside makes sense for that era, so that you could have a phone pocket, your phone, your keys, your wallet. Like, I'm loving that functionality, but that's probably where that shape and that size and that thickness came from, was the size of the phones. So both the Viva Cite and the denim bags have both been revamped for 2024, and I'm going to show you those later. And we're going to see if they kept those ugly external pockets or not. Okay, so what was Gucci doing at that time? So this is the blue GG Nylon off the grid backpack, and this is being sold from What Goes Around Comes Around. Now for me, guys, this is ugly. My personal opinion is this backpack is ugly. Like, the three pockets, it's just pocket, 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 pocket. That's all I see. Now remember, different strokes for different folks. So if my opinion doesn't agree with yours, don't worry about my opinion. I'm just some random on the internet who's just rambling about handbags. If I don't agree with you or you don't agree with me, don't worry about it. It's just a different opinion. But come on, I want to hear your honest opinion. I want you to cast your votes down below. Comment yes for you think it looks good, or comment no, you think this bag doesn't look good. I'm voting no. And there's no need to be polite or consider in the comment section. Just give me your honest opinion. Mine is no. Hobo bags. This was another example of a really popular shape at that time, and Gucci also put out Hobo bags with the two front pockets. So you can see here, like, my eyes just zoom in straight in the pocket. Now I think that these pockets actually look really practical. As I said, you can put your keys, your wallet, your phone, and it doesn't have to get mixed up with the black hole in the abyss, which is the main compartment of a Hobo bag. I actually hate bags that become black holes, you can never find anything. So I love the functionality of these pockets. But my eyes, it just zoom, goes straight to the pocket. That's all I can see. Gucci also did the really popular belt bag or bum bag that Carrie Bradshaw wore in Sex and the City. That one also had a resurgence in popularity. It's just two big square pockets at the front. For me, I had never any desire to buy this bag, even though I'm a vintage lover myself, because to me, it just looked ugly. Looks practical, but looks ugly. And Prada, the vintage nylon backpack. This was something that was revamped and re-editioned. It had a huge resurgence again in the last couple of years. But just those pockets on the front, just my eyes just go zoom. Pockets and buckles, and it's just not my cup of tea. For any of you who love the nylon backpack, let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you love those pockets? Do you think they look good? Do you think they're functional? Tell me what you think. Tell me how you feel. Okay, so now let's circle back to the present day and more recent years and the designs that have come out. So back to LV again. So we looked at the Viva Cite, the old ones, and now they've re-released the Viva Cite again. But this time it's just one size that's been released this year. Now I actually did a whole comparison video between the vintage one and the modern one, and I show you how you can save a ton of money by buying the vintage one, and I show you the differences in the size and the shape and the variations in the two. I mean, personally, I would just go and buy the vintage one, but if you want to see what differences there actually are between the two, I'll leave that video here for you to check out. And the Denim Remix, that was the collection that was launched January 1st, 2024. And they revamped the popular denim bags from the early 2000s. And a prominent feature was the bulky, chunky front pocket. Like, look at this denim Venice backpack that they released. Bam! 2 bulky pockets. Look at the denim Neo Speedy. Bam! That bulky external pocket. So it was definitely something that came back around. I didn't really want those 2 bags to collect in my collection. I'm just not like a bam pocket kind of girl. I do love bam S-locks from LV. So I do like some bams, but just not that sort of pocket. Now, what I did like from LV was in 2021, they released a bag called the Utility Crossbody Bag. This one, I always thought to myself, man, this bag is not the prettiest bag, but it sure looks useful. This looks like it would be a great everyday crossbody bag. So that was definitely one that I really liked. And even the concept of the multi-pochette, even though there were multiple pochettes put together, it's the same sort of concept of lots of pockets. So that one was a huge hit for many years. Now, Louis Vuitton also loves the multiple external pockets on the backpacks, both in the men's range and the women's range. So in the women's range, you can see here, there's the Venice backpack we talked about from the LV Denim Remix collection. There's also this backup backpack. There's the excursion backpack. There's this ski backpack. And in the men's range, if you just look at the entire Christopher men's backpack range, it all looks like hiking backpacks, but an LV version with all these pockets. To me, the Christopher backpack is just not anything I'd really buy. Just the design is just not for me. Now, Gucci. They ended up releasing new designs with this multiple pocket idea. So they actually included it into the Marmont range. So this is the GG Marmont multi-pocket bag. So on the front, you have 2 front pockets, and the shape of the pocket actually follows the curvature of the flap. Plus you get side pockets. So that's 4 pockets altogether. And you can get in this red color, black color, this grayish color. Now, I think those side pockets do look kind of odd, especially here in this mod shot with the model. Like, it just really looks like it sticks out on the sides. The side look is just not doing it for me. I think it actually looks worse on the mod shot than it does if you're just looking at the picture of the bag front on. Also, the bottom profile of this bag looks really funny. It kind of looks like a Lego. So I'm not really feeling the multiple pocket Marmont bag. They also released it in the GG Marmont shoulder bag with this multiple pocket concept. So the front has these 2 extra pockets. Looks the same as what they had on the Marmont flat version with these curved front pockets, but there are no side pockets and no back pocket on this front. So this one is not as obvious or bulky looking. Okay, Fendi, the multi-pocket Baguette. Can we just give this bag a moment? How many external pockets do you need on the front? Do you need 5? Do you need 5 external pockets? And then include, if you count all the clasps, there's 6 Fendi clasps on there. All I see is pocket clasp, pocket clasp, pocket clasp, pocket clasp. That's all I see. It's just way too much for my eyes to process. Now there's no back pockets, there's no side pockets because they're all crammed onto the front of the bag. So they made it in the Fendi FF jacquard. You can get it in silver hardware or gold hardware. They also made leather versions. They also made nylon versions. This nylon version is also convertible into a bum bag. And they also made nylon versions that are just crossbody bags without the baguette top handle. There are so many versions of this multi-pocket. Like, it must have been a huge hit because they just kept making it. Different versions. If it wasn't a hit, they would have just gave up on it and stopped making it. But yeah, so there must be a huge market for this multi-pocket Fendi baguette out there. But to me, it looks crazy. It looks like a caricature of a loud luxury bag. Fendi, 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 pocket, 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 pocket. Okay, I need you to give me your honest opinion. Cast your votes down below. Are you a fan of this Fendi multi-pocket? Or are you a no, not a fan of this Fendi multi-pocket like me? Be honest. No need to be kind. No need to be considerate. Just give me your honest opinion down below. I'm casting my vote no. Fendi also made this foldable baguette. Now from the front, it looks like it's just like a big bulky pocket as well, but it actually is a convertible foldable bag. So I think practicality wise, I really like the practicality. I like converting bags. I'm not a fan of the text they have on the bag. I wish they'd get rid of that. If it didn't have that text, that would be on my consideration list. But with the text, it's out. It's not in. But for me, converting bags with multiple uses are definitely on my radar. Okay guys, so tell me, what other multi-pocket bags are you aware of, either from current season or recent seasons, or even from past vintage seasons? Let me know what you know about what I've missed in this video. And I want to hear, which bag did you think was the ugliest out of all these multiple pocket bags? I'm going to have to go with the Fendi multiple pocket. It was just way too many pocket class, pocket class, pocket class. Now, if you guys haven't already seen, I actually show you all the cheapest bags at Fendi, which I'll leave here, and all the cheapest bags at Louis Vuitton, which I'll leave here for you to carry on with next.